Shalom, shalom, akiyam. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kwadash. I would also like to give a double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. I would also like to say peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, scattered throughout all four corners of this earth. It's just Bayan back again through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And I just wanted to get into a brief lesson, Lord willing, to get into an article as well that I got on behalf of the beloved elder apostle Ariam Lab. Pretty much the spirit hopped on me to speak on this article he brought out earlier today, going into these globalists 2030 agenda and how they're going to try and accelerate this process and, coming together this year, later on this year, via a meeting, one of their wicked councils per usual, and in efforts to fulfill their diabolical lusts and having full control over the planet Earth and everyone in it. So through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, the first scripture I wanted to get before we get into this, let's go here. Because under this New World Order, this fourth industrial revolution, they coined it. This is their efforts, okay? And pretty much taking back the birthright, all right? Them creating a synthetic immortality in the form of transhumanism, through their science, linking man with machine, and efforts to create a synthetic immortality, because they understand that no kingdom is everlasting, but pursuing the biblical prophecy, the kingdom of Israel, okay, under Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, it's the only kingdom that's going to be a perpetual kingdom. And these devils understand, that their time has run out. So this is why Salakia, they're paying extra close attention to the doomsday clock. They're they got their scopeo on how fast the earth is actually pretty much rotating, based off how fast time is going by nowadays. Everyone can feel it. Time is flying. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai made good on his word when he said he will shorten the days. These devils that are considering doing a leap second, I believe I read in an article, because time is going so fast. But needless to say, these are just vain attempts, in the form of these agendas, this 2030 agenda, the Build Back Better agenda. This is just Esau, Edom kicking and screaming, and pretty much trying to keep hold of him being in the position of power. But we understand, thus says the scriptures, via Wisdom of Solomon, the 6th chapter. You have Sirach 10, goes into how the Lord, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord. You see, so it's Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai that's given this man his sovereignty. And he doesn't move or stir, until said measures be fulfilled. But Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, he's at his said measure. He's reached the pinnacle of his rulership. And now it's time for him to be moved out the way. Let's start here. The book of Psalms, Salakia for for rambling. Salakia for my voice as well. Kind of hoarse from from pretty much being out yesterday, with the Akiyam. But needless to say, the book of Psalms chapter 49 and verse 11, and it reads, their inward thought is, whose inward thought? These elite, all right, styling with Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, these Amalekites, these small hats, these gutter rats, man, these international banking families, man. All right, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever in their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names, right? And you see this mindset in them, with them simply claiming that in 2000, the year 2050, or 100, we're going to have smart cities, X, Y, and Z, these mega cities. That's this man, pretty much saying, hey, we're going to continue forever. We ain't going nowhere. We got this. See, and that's in this man's feeble mind, but he's going to be sadly mistaken upon the return of our Lord Yahweh Shai. And he knows, that Yahweh Shai is coming back. This is why this man set up the Space Force. Okay? That the sixth military branch, man. In efforts to what? Fight Yahweh Shai upon his return. Which is biblical prophecy. Pursuing the second Esdras, the 13th chapter. You see, and they named their lands after their own names. America was named after an Edomite, Amerigo Vespucci, right? All the towns and cities, in this forsaken land is named after, these damn devils, man. So, and that's what this devil does. As he colonizes and, takes land that's not his through bloodshed. After that, he names it after himself, man. In his pride. You see? In his pride, but hey, this man is about to be moved out the way, man. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai's on his way. Alright, this is the book, this is Salakia. This is the article out of the Natural News. Right, and it's dated April 28th, 2023, so a few days ago, fresh off the press. The title reads, Globalist 2030 Agenda Push by WEF, right? Set for launch as elite make final drive towards total control. See? So they're fighting, kicking, clawing, and scratching, the crown, this diabolical enterprise of success, which is going to consist of you people being tagged, man, with that grain of rice. Okay, Revelations 13 and 16, the mark of the BEAST, where you're going to be tracked. Your carbon footprint is going to be tracked. They're going to know when you sleep, how long you slept, where you're going, where you've been, and how long you've been there. They're going to have full control over you, man, if you get this thing. And ultimately, you're going to own nothing and be happy, like this devil right here said some time ago. And he also quoted this. Let's read this real quick. This is quote from this devil, Klaus Schwab, right? The scam-demic represents a rare but narrow window of opportunity, right, to reflect, reimagine, and reset our world. You see how proud these devils are talking? You see? Our world. In their mind, it's their world. And not including the people. They look at the people as cattle. You see? They look at you people as cattle, man. When they say our, they're talking about them, man. You see? They're not talking about you people. And for you to have to reset, that obviously means you have flaws, in a specific situation in order for you to reset it, for you to erase, everything that you had set up, okay? And start from new, from the ground up. This means that you've, you failed, man. You failed utterly. And there's no reimagining, okay? There's no resetting, and there's no building back better. You see, because your time's done run out. Let me get a precept real quick. The book of Psalms, chapter 2, in verse 1, and it reads, why do the heathen rage? Right? And the people imagine a vain thing, an empty thing, a thing that's going to come to naught. You see? A thing that's going to come to naught. You have bounds that you cannot pass. What's that, Job 14? You're out of time, man. There's no resetting. You see? There's no resetting. You're about to be knocked off your pivot. Let me get another one. Let's go ahead. Second Esdras. And how do we know this? Because the scriptures say so. And the prophecies that have come to pass and that are coming to pass and that are on the horizon. Hey, we can see that you out of here, man. We can see that you out of here. We're seeing chariot sightings. Jake is waking up. Hey, let's get this. The book of Second Esdras. I'm going to start at verse 7 and it reads, the book of Second Esdras chapter 6 and verse 7 and it reads, then answered I and said, and this is Esdras inquiring of the end, understanding that upon the end times, the kingdom of heaven is going to be ushered in, man. So here it is. Esdras is inquiring, okay, of the end. Then answered I and said, and this is the spirit of the men of the Lord and the true believers, man. We're inquiring of the end, man. Why? Because we're sick of these devils ruling over us, man. We're sick of being in captivity. See? We're sick of building up our enemies' enterprises, man. Having to have to wake up to an alarm clock, man. Eating poisoned food and breathing in contaminated air and drinking contaminated water. Man, this place is through, man. Bathing in contaminated water. Man, this place is through. We're heavily afflicted, man. You know? And now the captive of exile hasten to be loose, man. And we're going to be loose, Lord willing, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Let's get this. The book of Second Esdras chapter 6 and verse 7, and it reads, then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Question mark, see? Esdras is asking this question. Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, I believe he was speaking to the angel Uriel. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was the angel Uriel he was actually counseling with. The book of Second Esdras chapter 6 and verse 8, and it reads, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him. Here it is in the Apocrypha. Okay? Jacob and Esau are being mentioned. Okay? Jacob and Esau are being mentioned in the Apocrypha. And I say that to say this for you bozos out there, that think that the Apocrypha isn't valid. You dumb bastards. Okay? This book was taken out by these devils in efforts to hide the whole Greek captivity where Jake was being Hellenized. Okay? And also to hide their identity as well. You see? Going into their first kingdom, which were the Greeks, which were Edomites. You see? I just want to put that out there. The book of Second Esdras chapter 6 and verse 8 from the top, and it reads, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. Okay, which symbolizes us bringing this man down. And we have our hands on his heel now. Every time these digital epistles go up, or every time Akiyam on the front line, on the highways and byways, revealing who this demon is and bringing the truth to our people through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, this wicked nigga's being dragged down more and more, man. And this is why he's making efforts, okay, to take this word off the scene, which is biblical prophecy, pursuing in Amos 8 and 11. There is going to be a famine of the word. You see, so you Jake out there playing around, diddling with your fingers. Hey, you better choose ye this day who you're gonna serve. You're running out of time. That window of repenting is closing. The book of 2 Ezra, chapter 6 and verse 9, it reads, "For Esau is the end of the world." Back to the point. Okay, there's no resetting. There's no building back better. There's no fourth industrial revolution. You stupid bastards. You devils are out of here. Thus says the Bible. For Esau is the end of the world. See, in this world goes into an eon or an age. You see? And where Esau's world, Esau's time to rule is coming to a close. See? In the time of Jacob, let's continue reading. And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, right? That world without end, man. You see? That rulership without end. Hey, that's what's coming. That's what's coming. Let's go back to the article real quick. You see? There's no getting stable footing, back on your wickedness. No, it's over, man. Let's get a little bit of this article. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but we'll read a little bit of it, right? And it reads, "Let's be clear about one thing. The push towards all-electric transportation has nothing to do with saving the planet from emissions hell, and everything to do with controlling how we travel." And that's true. Because they're going to have the power to just completely just shut the vehicle off. You see, because it's linked to a motherboard. It's all electric, man, like a computer. It is pretty much a computer. They can shut you right down. Okay? It's not running off an engine. It's running off a battery, man. Completely linked to the dealer's motherboard, man. They're doing that with the Tulsas. See? And that's an effort to control the people, where you go, and if you can even move, man, and how far you can go. Electric vehicles are not the panacea for cleaning up the environment. And that word panacea, I believe it goes into pretty much the cure. Let me see something. The fix it. Pretty much. Panacea, right? A solution or remedy, right? For all difficulties or diseases, right? Right? Cure all, right? Heal all, right? You see? So pretty much, it's not the fix, pretty much, right? Not the cure, right? Electric vehicles are not the panacea for cleaning up the environment. The tyrannical left-wing elite claim they are, because they require literally raping the earth to obtain the ingredients lithium, primarily for the batteries. Not to mention the fact that the lithium is mined by poor children of color who work like slaves for pennies a day. And that's no new thing dealing with Esau. Scripture goes into how this man ruled the nations with anger, man. You see that? This man ruled the nations with anger. That's why none's gonna hinder, okay, when this man's judgment comes raining upon him. As a matter of fact, hey, those that are in league with him are gonna turn on him. All that are with you are gonna turn on you. Thus says the Bible. And we already see the BRICS nations gathering their faction, to come up against you, you devils, man. Let's continue on. In fact, the entire green agenda is about control, not saving Mother Earth, because it requires us to consume less and rely far more on being grouped into mega cities, right, which is those smart cities, where the power where the power elite can enforce their will on us, right? Through draconian measures, draconian laws, right? Totalitarian rule, right? Individualism is their enemy. Self-reliance is undesirable to them, right? This devil, that's why, again, this devil said, I mentioned it earlier. This devil, Klaus Schwab, said, what, you're going to own nothing and be happy, man? How so? See? That's just a lie. One of many that these devils speak. Let's get a little more. Earlier this week, the corporate Earlier this week, the corporate-led World Economic, right, WEF, I'm going to call it, right, announced that world leaders would be convening later this year to accelerate, right, the implementation of Agenda 2030, a plan that lacks accountability. The National Post reported, right? And these words, you got to look at these words. Look at the words that they're using, right? And it reads, quote, accelerate, right? The implementation of the Agenda 2030. Why do they got to accelerate this agenda? Because they're running out of time. Let's go back to the scriptures. We'll close out here if the Spirit allows. The book of Revelations, chapter 12. Hey, just linking, current events with biblical prophecy, man. Because this is where we're at. This is where we are in this thing. You see, we're counting down, man. We're heralding in our Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. We want to go home, man. This is why we got our scopeo on this demon. The Lord put his spirit on us to do these things, man. Hey, and this brings comfort too, because, hey, this pretty much validates the scriptures. Even though they are valid, we know that. We know that. But hey, this is the power of the Bible. Being able to link these prophecies with real-time current events, articles, news. Come on now. There's no other text or philosophy that can match this, man. Which this is not a philosophy. This is the truth. You see? Our power is the true living power. Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, who you stupid people ignorantly call God, okay, which just means power and is a title, okay, and Jesus Christ, okay, which is the other white meat, man. A damn idol and a demon, okay? These are not the names of our powers. The true name of our powers in the Lashawan Kodash, the Paleo-Hebrew, is Yahweh, which means he is, he exists. He's omnipotent, man. He's everywhere, all the time. Wrap your head around that. Bahashem means in the name. And Yahweh Shai means he is. Yah means he. Hawah Shai means deliverer, man. You see? Yahweh Shai is our savior, our deliverer, our mediator, our intercessor, the only way back to the Father, okay? You stupid Old Testament only bastards. Salakia. These devils piss me off, man. These people piss me off. I'm going to get straight to the point. Lord willing, we'll close out here. This is the book of Revelations. Let me see here. I'm going to start up. Let me start up. Let me start here. Revelations chapter 12 and verse 10. Verse 12 is the point, right? And I heard a loud voice, and this is John the Revelator on the Isle of Patmos, man, seeing this vision, right, where he was serving out his death sentence, man. He was doing life on this isle, in the Isle of Patmos. But the Lord was dealing with him, showing him things, man. Hey, and what did he see? The victory of Yasha Allah, man. We got the victory at the end of this thing, man. Let me get this real quick. The book of Revelation, chapter 12 and verse 10, it reads, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation, right? Now is come deliverance, okay? And strength and the kingdom of our power and the power of his Mashiach, Yahweh Shai, right? For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, right? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Psalms 50. He slanderous his own mother's son, man. You see? Slander goes until he lies on us, man. Right? Which accused them before our power, right? Day and night. He accuses us day and night. And ultimately, he's going to accuse us for being terrorists, man, and domestic terrorists, man. He's going to lie. Why? Because we're preaching the Bible. We're speaking the truth. See? These men's going to label us DTs, man. And these devils are going to come down with great wrath upon the believers, man. Upon the shining with the men of the Lord and the men, women, and children. Okay, that have this testimony, man. This is who these devils are gunning for. But they're going to be sadly mistaken. Because this time around, hey, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah is going to lift the standard pursuant to Isaiah the 59th chapter, man. In the 19th verse. See? It don't matter what you do. You're doomed if you do. You're doomed if you don't. Either way, you damn devils are doomed, man. It's game over for you. Thus says the Bible. Let's continue on. And they overcame him, see? Who? The elect, man. Lord willing, we're part of that precious number. And they overcame him, who? The demon himself, evil E, in his system, in his mark, in his image, in his name. Hey, the elect is going to overcome. Lord willing, we're part of that precious number. Let's get this. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb, right? By the blood of Yahweh Shai. And this gives credence to how important Yahweh Shai is, man. And by the word of their testimony, you see? And they love not their lives unto the death, right? Revelations 20:4. There will be believers that have to lose their life for this thing. But it's all in efforts to fulfill biblical prophecy. You see? This is Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai's movie. And it's going to play out the way he's wrote it. Not the way you damn devils imagine it, man. There's no reimagining and resetting and building back better your world. No, it's over, man. Let's go. Okay? Continuing on, the book of Revelation, chapter 12 and verse 12, and it reads, Therefore, rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them, right? Starting with the men of the Lord. Remember, scripture says the kingdom of heaven is in you, man. Hey, starting with the men of the Lord and the rest of you believers, men, women, and children. Hey, we're dwelling in the secret place of the Most High, man, and through this word. And the Lord's telling us to rejoice. Why? Because he's going to fight for us. He's going to defend us, man. And ultimately, we're going to come into our glory, okay, upon this man coming down with great wrath, man. Right? Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, right? The rest of you people outside of this truth. 2/3 of you wicked so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans, and the rest of you heathen. For the devil, right? For the devil is come down unto you, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, right? Having great wrath. Why, Lord? Because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. So he knows, man. He knows he has a short time. No, man, he knows it's over. Hey, this is why we see articles like this. And why he's using words like accelerate and warp speed and see? Because they see they see that door closing on them as well. You see? They see it. They know it's closing. They know they're running out of time. You see? And it's, hey, at the end of the day, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai is going to do all his pleasures, man. His counsel is going to stand. The counsel of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. Let's close out right here. Who are you bastards to say that you're going to reset? Let's go. We'll close out right here. The book of Lamentations, chapter 3 and verse 37, and it reads, Who is he that saith, and it cometh to pass, when the Lord commanded it not? See? And the Lord did not command or declare or authorize you devils establishing a perpetual everlasting kingdom. No. As a matter of fact, he's going to visit you demons, okay? And guess what? He's not going to visit you as a man. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. Lord willing, you Akiyam and Akwath were edified. Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Kahalang Yimla Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. Shalom.